Hello, my multimedia presentation will be analyzing three main concepts: misinformation, disinformation, and credibility, as well as how fake news impacts society. My name is Jack Sutherland, and I am presenting for Michelle Chen. In order to discuss fake news, I must first answer the following questions. What is it? Fake news is an insidious way of altering facts, realities, and beliefs by misguiding the reader's perspectives on prominent issues and themes. Where is it? Maybe the question should be, where isn't it? With the advancement of technology and the creation of online social media platforms, fake news is everywhere, on your phone, your computer, and of course your television. Finally, why is it? Well, it gives people the ability to share similar beliefs and discuss issues that are not based on fact, but rather based on fiction, to a large group of people very quickly. Now that we have an understanding as to what fake news is, let's look at the two main concepts that help create it. First being disinformation, and second being misinformation. Disinformation is information that is knowingly false and used for specific communication strategies, such as damaging the reputation of a person, social groups, organizations, or countries. On the other hand, misinformation is information that is incorrect, possibly given by accident, but not created with intention of causing harm. Why should we be concerned about fake news? Is it a problem? Through my research, I discovered many instances where misinformation and disinformation, combined with social media, was used to spread fake news. I also was surprised to see how quickly people's perceptions and beliefs could be easily influenced. It is clear that the internet has changed how we receive information. We are now left with trying to figure out what is credible news and what isn't. Fake news and its impact on society has made its way to former U.S. President Barack Obama. Here's what he had to say about it. To better understand the severity and potential outcomes by the use of fake news, I analyzed three major events that transpired in the last 7 years: Pizzagate, Trump's Big Lie, and the Freedom Convoy. Pizzagate was created leading up to the 2016 presidential election in the United States. Far-right conspiracy theorists purposely linked Hillary Clinton and other prominent Democrats to a child sex trafficking ring ran out of Washington, D.C. pizzeria named Comet Ping Pong. My first question was, how did they do this? Like most conspiracy theories, they found a window of opportunity. In this case, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, John Podesta's email was hacked. WikiLeaks, an online whistleblowing platform, released emails between Podesta and the owner of the pizzeria, James Alefantis, innocently discussing a fundraiser at the pizzeria. Here's where it gets interesting: the creation of fake news. Disinformation starts by a website titled 4chan. These right-wing conspiracy theorists conclude and post online that the pizzeria is the headquarters of the child sex trafficking ring run by Clinton and Podesta. To help plant the seed, they post pictures of Podesta with children from his Instagram account. Next, far-right consecutive websites send documents to Reddit, another online website, declaring they are evidence. Alt-right, a far-right section of Reddit, spreads the propaganda and fabricates lies. Now we enter the misinformation stage, where everyday people jump online and bring credibility to the information. This happens on Facebook and Twitter. You can see by the two Twitter examples that their statements got 1,525 and 5,297 retweets. Even other governments participated. A Turkish pro-government media outlet started tweeting the theory to divert issues from an actual child abuse scandal within their government. They used the hashtag Pizzagate in their posts. If you were wondering how quickly information can spread, there was over 1 million messages in the first month using the hashtag Pizzagate. If that wasn't enough, influencers and pro-Trump followers joined in making comments on their socials. When analyzing the facts, there was no evidence, no investigation, no victim statements, and no arrests. Yet, because of disinformation followed by misinformation, Alfontis and his staff received death threats. Photos of his customers' children were being posted on Twitter and Instagram as evidence of the child abuse ring, and protesters gathered around the country. Finally, on Sunday, December 4th, a 28-year-old man named Edgar Welsh entered the pizzeria with a rifle. He said he was there to self-investigate and to save the children. Here's what took place. In conclusion, hacked emails got into the hands of conspiracy theorists who twisted the facts to harm and tarnish the Democrats, and more specifically, Hillary Clinton. Incredible message boards, websites, and social platforms allowed these lies to reach millions of people in a matter of days, which almost resulted in a tragedy. The next major event I analyzed was Trump's big lie. The term big lie was used originally by Adolf Hitler when he accused the Jews of spreading lies on how the German army performed poorly during World War I. Hitler's propaganda messages captivated the German people, and he didn't have the use of social media to help spread his lies. Trump's big lie started after the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Trump used disinformation by claiming through Twitter, personal blogs, and interviews that millions of people illegally voted for Hillary Clinton. Fake news has now been planted amongst the voting public. Trump continued to spread lies on Twitter that voting will be rigged against him in the 2020 election. He routinely posted to drive home his message of a fraudulent voting system. Trump had the ability to get his message out to 87 million of his followers at the push of a button. Because of Trump's reach, misinformation begins with his supporters, retweeting up to 100,000 times for each of his tweets as seen in these examples. Trump uses celebrity influencers to show their support, which has fans of these celebrities believing his lies. Trump, after losing the 2020 election, continues the narrative that the election was rigged and that the big lie is the election. Once again, the facts are clear. There was no evidence of illegal votes and no foreign tampering that Trump alleged. However, the results of Trump's fake news and disinformation had Trump supporters protesting the election results. Trump's tweets the election was stolen. He was the victim of technological conspiracy, faulty voting equipment, and vote smuggling. His 36 tweets got 22.6 million likes and 3.9 million retweets. Trump's meticulous plan to build doubt would show that even if he lost the election, he actually won. His supporters believed his lies, and his repeated false claims ignited insurrection by his most loyal supporters. This all came to a head on January 6, 2021, when a riot took place at Capitol Hill, killing 5 people and injuring many, including 138 police officers. This is what can happen by disinformation and misinformation. The final event I researched was the Freedom Convoy. This event took place during the pandemic when a small group of truckers wanted to protest against cross-border vaccine mandates for truckers. They wanted to travel to Ottawa simply to be heard. Sounds like no big deal, right? Wrong. Wanting to diffuse the protest, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau used disinformation by saying on national TV that the protesting group is a small fringe minority. Here is his press conference. This, of course, upset the organizers, and they went to Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook spreading lies about the vaccine and that the government was taking away people's rights. The Freedom Convoy posted that they were protesting peacefully, yet they were defaming the war memorial, stealing food, and blocking border crossings. The organizers created press releases to build support. Supporters of the convoy then used misinformation, stating that the Canadian media was fake news. The facts on this event are twofold. The 3,000 truckers gather in Ottawa's downtown core, causing businesses to close, and the government makes it worse by downplaying the convoy's supporters. As a result, far-right groups jump on board and change the narrative from personal freedoms to the government is assassinating the public. This turned a peaceful protest to aggressive in nature. Once again, social media allowed a small group of protesters to build an army. Because of the growing support, their message changed, influenced by far right-wing participants. This forced the government to evoke the Emergencies Act to remove protesters, which had not been seen since 1970, as explained by Justin Trudeau. I feel all of these events could have been avoided if people would have checked the credibility of the news source. People should check domains .edu or .gov and rely on well-known authors like the New York Times or Wall Street Journal. Traditional print media are monitored by editors and publishers. Social media has no gatekeepers to monitor fact or fiction. The lack of credibility and governance on social posts allowed Pizzagate, Trump to disrupt the 2020 U.S. election that resulted in the death of 5 people and the 3-week Freedom Convoy blockade. Through this research, it is clear to me that fake news is a worldwide pandemic. It is up to our generation to make changes. To limit disinformation and misinformation, we need to verify the credibility of online news, identify what information is fact or fiction before posting and sharing, and most importantly, get our information from credible sources. In closing, the following trailer sums up the need for change. Now. Thank you.